Okay, so you introduce everything.
This is so cool. I have a blur behind me. Okay, hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to another podcast, and whatever Tendel is gonna call this. Tendel, what is your name for this philosophical talk?
You mean my title?
Yeah.
The title that I'm gonna use? Philosophy time again with newt, you think?
Alright, welcome to episode 2. We today are going to be speaking about some very philosophical things because that's what we are doing. That's our thing. That's what we like to talk about. And I'm here with the man of the hour, the man that can speak about those things like it's nothing, the man who has the knowledge, the man who has the potential to become the greatest philosophical mind of our century, maybe even the bigger amount of time. Who knows? Who knows? What's bigger than a century? Century is 100, right? Yeah, because centi. But what's bigger than 100? 1,000. What's 1,000 in Greek?
It's called a millennium.
Of our millennium. Well, we just began the millennium, so we'll see about that, Tendel, but you will definitely prove yourself.
Yeah, let's just hope it doesn't take 100 years of all things. But yeah, thanks.
All right. Do you want to begin the first topic?
Yeah,
or
sure. You said you had some
some
videos for us to watch, and then we'll react to it, and then we'll be able to talk about that, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. Can I just quickly go over my camera settings because I'm very, very interested.
We have 10 minutes to prepare for this.
No, this has to be done live. Look. I'm in the cyber city.
Personally, I like the previous background better. Your room has more things in that compared to that city's landscape. You know that, right?
Yeah, and this is Cyberpunk City as well. Look.
Yeah, close enough. Okay, I can handle that. Yeah, good. That's good.
Next, Sea of Thieves, pirate theme. That's not good. All right,
You've been playing way too many games, man.
Nothing. Welcome to my room.
Are you sure this isn't another game or something? Are you sure?
No. I hope so. Well, Tendel, don't scare me.
I was about to question your entire reality, wasn't I? Alright.
I'm already doing that.
Yeah, let's get down to it.
After the last live stream, I'm already questioning my entire reality, bro. Believe me or not. No, Tendel, we are already doing it. Everything that we talk about, every topic that we venture into is already a part of the live stream of the podcast. So we don't have to worry about getting into it. Even if we get a bit off topic at some point, it's still very entertaining. So don't worry.
Yeah, that's a good point. I worry too much about this. Alright, I said you'd lead it. I gave you my trust. Let's see how you use it. Go ahead.
Your trust has not been betrayed. It has been used very greatly. I'm gonna screen share.
Great.
You will have to survive.
Hold on a second. That's not what I was getting into. I know I was getting to that. Oh well. This better be worth it then.
Oh, of course it is, bro.
Let's go.
Because my screen's stuck. Wait. Hello, where's my phone? Hello, wait a second.
Let's go.
I need a chat preview, master.
We have 10 minutes. Why was I so worried about?
Wait, we have 10 minutes?
It's okay. I'll just pretend that I'm just as unprepared as you are. No, I'll just pretend I'm just as unprepared as you are. Oh, my bad. I forgot my chat screen as well. My apologies. Okay. Let me just... Oh, shoot. Somebody stole my screen.
It's because my other screen is covered with the video and this screen is covered with the Discord, so now I have to look on my phone.
Right. Oh no, a magical fairy just stole my entire screen. Let me just go on an adventure and get it back. I'll be like, it'll only take 30 minutes, guys. Believe me. I'll be right back. Oh well. Oh wait, my screen's right there. Oh, I guess. Oh, right. And look, my chat's already open already. Oh wow, so prepared.
Shh. The
Bye.
video is starting.
Meditations. He gives us a timeless piece of wisdom for overcoming our obstacles. He says, the mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. On the surface, this sounds like a contradiction. How can something that stops action advance action? How can what stands in the way become the way? If I come across a roadblock,
I touched my nose.
to my action, how does this further my action? The simplest way I know to explain this is that understanding the problem is the solution. Let's say I'm driving my car and I come across a blocked road. So I have a little conversation with myself. Question: what's stopping me from reaching my destination? Answer:
oh my god.
The blocked road.
Oh my god. Tando.
Yeah?
Do you recognize this?
So by understanding the problem,
Hold on a second. Every single time when there's an important thing comes up, you just talk about your nose.
I don't know what path to take. So I have another conversation with myself.
No, but
what do you mean? Of all the comedic timing, man, come on.
Yeah.
Finding the right path. Okay.
Do you recognize this?
The channel or like
This,
your antics?
The issue, the philosophy about what's stopping me from doing something.
You
Do you
mean like?
recognize this?
I'm not really sure. Explain.
What I mean is, we talked about it the last podcast, didn't we?
Kinda.
You didn't mention. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah, right?
like, we were like going on so broad schemes that like I'm trying to. It's kind of hard for me to pinpoint exactly like. Okay, it sounds very familiar, but what was it? Okay, you can explain to me again, right? Enlighten me.
Yeah. So you remember how we talked about? Well, you mentioned it very often, kind of like what's stopping me from doing a certain thing. You were talking about like you can just tell yourself that you are this and that, and make yourself believe that you are worth or like you are good at something, and eventually you will be. But you were also talking about things like well, what's stopping me from believing that how I am right now is not the best I need to be, or something like that, and like why we have to be greedy and always want more and more and more. Why can't we be just happy with how we are? But this video is very similar.
Yeah, you got the gist of it. Well, what I was saying last time was about how there is no point in like moving forward if you aren't able to be satisfied first. Like I told about how like being greedy is totally fine, and then wanting more is okay, but there's no point in wanting more if you're not gonna be happy with whatever you get in that process. So like celebrate first and then move on. That was my philosophy. That was what I'm trying to get at, but I'm not sure if this has anything to do with that one though. It's about maybe like it gave us examples about like how if there's like something that's blocking your way, how are you still making progress? Is that what I was trying to get at?
Maybe.
We'll
see.
What's stopping me from finding the right path? Answer: my knowledge of the area. What's preventing me from obtaining knowledge of the area? Nothing. I can ask someone or use GPS. And again, by understanding the problem, I arrive at the solution. So this works for simple navigation problems, but does it work for more complex ones? Quincy works at a big media company where he has to do a lot of presentations with coworkers.
Hello, Quincy.
And management, but he has a fear of public speaking. Quincy might question himself like this. Question: what's stopping me from public speaking? Answer: my fear of embarrassment. What's stopping me from not being embarrassed? I care what people think of me. What's stopping me from not caring what other people think? I need people to think well of me to survive here. What's stopping people from thinking well of me? My ability to satisfy their expectations. What's stopping me from satisfying their expectations? Understanding their expectations. What's stopping me from understanding their expectations? Nothing. I can ask them. Or I can send a company-wide survey through email. So by understanding his problem, Quincy arrives at a solution. He sends a company-wide survey through email, asking his coworkers what they expect from him. Most of them say they want a list of the top 10 TikTok trends in the last quarter. Quincy can easily deliver this information.
Quincy, no! Quincy, why?
Why are you going down this path? No, Quincy!
There's like, okay, if that's the topic that you're gonna present, there's a lot more issues that you have to consider. A lot more questions.
Tendless, do you even have a TikTok?
Not yet, but I'm considering, like, because I'm like starting
Same,
to, like,
hey, yo, same, actually same.
like maybe like I'm starting to like think about like making some like short videos. I'm already like doing that in the process, but yeah, maybe I'll do that. I don't know.
Yeah, you are fuck.
Slow down. We can take time. Slow down, relax.
You're already doing them on YouTube, so and I think it would fit a lot with the whole thing of TikTok, you know, short videos and stuff like that.
Right.
So
yeah.
That would benefit you as well.
Okay, so we watched 2 minutes. What do you think now about this?
2 minutes 22 seconds.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
Liar. So far? Well, I think it's really good. Actually, talking about that, like I could bring it to like myself, you know. I'm thinking of German and Polish words and no English words right now. It's so bad. I would like to vergleich this. Oh yes, Daniel, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know 3 languages, so I guess.
Yeah. I could compare it with myself, you know. So sometimes I think we all go on this path of like thinking, what's stopping me from doing this? Don't we? Maybe we do. Maybe we do right now. Yeah, I think so. Most people who want to kind of overcome a problem tend to think, let's go in reverse, you know, and think like, what's stopping me from doing this and that, you know. Not how to progress, because if you just think how to progress, you're not going to come up with any ideas. You need to think from what's actually blocking you, and I think it's a really good way of thinking. That's what I can say about it. That I really like this way of thinking, because it's really problem solving.
Right. Yeah, I understand where you're going from. Like, instead of like seeing your goals, you just see, okay, it doesn't matter if you have a goal or not if you don't recognize like you know, what's actually stopping you from reaching that goal in the first place. So like,
Exactly.
Everybody has desires, but like, just because you have desire doesn't mean you're gonna get to it if you don't recognize the fact that like there's gonna be like hurdles that you have to overcome before you like try to get there. And yeah, I think going through that entire process first is the whole concept of strategy. How do I deal with this if it happens? How do I, you know, what's gonna be the consequences if I were to even reach that goal? Okay, how do I minimize that consequences? I guess that's what I'm trying to get at, in my opinion. Okay, let's keep watching.
Very nice.
Longer feel stressed about speaking publicly. He knows what his coworkers want, and he knows how to give it to them. In his mind,
Give it to them.
presentation is no longer a presentation.
About
It's more
TikTok.
of a conversation. But this process unfolds differently if Quincy's problem is different. What if Quincy doesn't have a list of the top 10 TikTok trends of the last quarter?
Who doesn't?
He knows their expectations, but doesn't have the relevant information. The questioning process looks like this. Question: what's stopping me from satisfying their expectations? Answer: I don't have the relevant information. What's stopping me from getting the relevant information? Nothing. I can email the right people and get it from them. So this time, Quincy arrives at a different solution.
Yeah.
He reaches out to people that do have the data and no longer feels stressed. Again, he knows what his coworkers are expecting and he knows he can deliver it. But what if the data was actually
He can
not
deliver.
Oh yeah, this is a good part. I think I'll wait to like listen to this a bit.
Question: what's stopping me from satisfying their expectations? Answer: I don't have the relevant information. What's stopping me from getting the relevant information? It's completely inaccessible.
Can I just quickly stop for a second? Like,
Yeah.
you see how this video is like using this like zoom effect. Every time it switches to a new line of the text, it starts zooming in again, and it's like drawing you in. But on me right now, it has this sort of fucking effect where I'm like getting dizzy right now.
This is getting you dizzy. This is getting you dizzy. Oh,
I slept before the
Quincy.
podcast.
Quincy, what a
Quincy.
jerk. What a jerk.
Quincy, you're getting me tipsy. Stop it, man.
Yeah, think about your audience, channel. All right.
All right, let's continue, right?
No one can get it in time for the presentation. What's stopping me from changing their expectations? Nothing. I can send an email out right now. So in this case, because
Shit.
Quincy knows he can't get the information his coworkers are expecting, he sends an email out and changes their expectations.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That the data
You
they're
played
expecting
them.
won't be available. And he
All
prevents
this
them
for a
putting
TikTok
massive
presentation.
Quincy, you player.
This takes stress off of
Genius.
them and allows them to focus on meeting their other
He's
expectations.
the alpha male.
Three variations of Quincy's
Right.
problem. But this process could be continued indefinitely for any problem. Every problem is unique to the individual and requires an individual process of questioning. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. By understanding our problems clearly, we arrive at a solution. By engaging in a genuine process of self-questioning, of asking ourselves, what's stopping me? Over and over, we eventually arrive at an answer where nothing is stopping us from taking the next appropriate action.
Okay.
In other
I
words,
think this is a good time.
Except
Okay.
of ourselves.
is
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is very similar to one of the things I actually wanted to talk about in our first stream. I was about to get into the question about whether something is impossible or whether it's just not worth it. Like, you know, nobody in this entire world right now has lived long or know enough to know that anything is actually impossible. We're still researching that to this day, right?
I saw this kind of quote, or more like a thing from, I think it was from Elon Musk or something. I don't know if it's the right time to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. So like basically, Elon Musk was talking about how about what was it, 200 years ago, people were thinking, oh, flying is impossible, you know, and then a couple of years later, two random guys suddenly started developing flying machines, and all of a sudden 100 years later we're all flying,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Yeah, so maybe we can't exactly grow out wings and we can't exactly just start levitating, but we can still fly in a different way.
Yeah, but it's just the fact that we still can't say it is impossible for people to actually grow wings. Sure, it's incredibly unlikely and also incredibly difficult, and probably it's just easier for you to just fly in a plane. So we go back to the question about, is it impossible or is it just not worth it? You know?
Right.
We have flying machines, you know? We don't really need wings. We don't really we don't really need flying cars either, technically speaking. Is it worth it? You know?
Wings would actually be not worth it, probably, to be honest, because they are pretty much outdated, I would say, man, and they wouldn't work on our bodies. Like, come on, we would need some giant ass wings to do all that weight. Come on, man. Just like invest in some levitating. I don't know. Unlock your chakras. Go to some. Go to some Buddhist temple, something like that, you know, and just
unlock your chakras. That was good. But yeah, like the reason I'm bringing this up is because the idea of like there's been goals and there are barriers. There are some goals out there that have so much barriers, and like you have to get so past them. Some of them are so difficult that you might as well say impossible, that like it's just not worth it anymore. That's when people just tend to give up, right?
True.
And I say, to a certain extent, yeah, there's nothing really wrong with giving up in that sense, because, well, you discovered that like you have better things to think about and better things to prioritize instead of like going through this goal instead of that, which is why I think that like okay, reduce your expectations. Like, you know, in that example, what he said about, okay, what can I do in this situation when I can't go through this? It's not worth it. I could somehow find a way to like spontaneously like come up with that information, right? That was possible, but it might take years. And it's gotta not be worth it. So what's easier? What's better? Like in this situation. And then he says, try reducing the people's expectations, you know? And then like, okay, now we have a new goal in mind. let's go for that one instead of this one. So what I'm trying to get by is that like the idea of choices itself, it's always been about what's worth it, what choices can I make. But many people assume that like the reason you go through this process is because it's impossible. Like what we're trying to do is impossible. When as a matter of fact, you're just thinking logically and figuring out whether it's actually just worth it. You know, we can all spend an entire lifetime trying to figure out how to go faster than the speed of light. But is that worth it, or would we rather just use the information that we have right now in order to just figure out some other uses for that information that we have found so far, you know?
Mm-hmm. This is a very good way to like solve problems that seem to be unsolvable. Very true, Tendel. Very, very true. And to all of you viewers at home or wherever you're viewing this, you can always solve your problems by thinking a bit differently, as Tendel put it in a very simple way.
Not very simply, to be honest. It's also not just about solving problems. It's just about just making choices about whether even that problem is worth solving, you know? That kind of question. Mm-hmm. Are you just...
Well, you still need to sometimes solve a problem, but as we witnessed with history as well, sometimes solving a problem isn't exactly the solution we were thinking about, dear viewers. So sometimes you have to set your mind to maybe expect a different output, but that's still solving the same problem in it.
Right.
I would say that's correct. All right. Someone wants to send me a message on Instagram. What the?
Wait, someone's there sending you something on Instagram right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something philosophical?
Who is that? It's a dude. Oh my god. Buy followers. Fuck off.
Hey, he's trying to make some cash. He's probably have like a family to feed. Don't say that. How desperate do you think he is to like, please buy my followers? I need to feed my family. We have to learn this stuff.
No, he's probably exploiting some children in some third world country.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Germany
Yeah, probably. But I'm just curious of like how much money do they actually make by doing this sometimes? Like,
well, probably a lot, because like you pay like for 10,000 followers, you don't pay that much, but then the 10,000 is just like some random people from some random villages who just have computers and just sit on them. Like actually, there are people just sitting on their computers and just like spamming follow on some kind of accounts that like get that like paid the money. And these are not bots, because these are actual humans. They like even go through captcha, right? And they like solve the fucking captcha, but they still they are kind of like bots, you know, because they just basically all they do all day long at work is follow.
But can you imagine like the CV they have for like going to that job? Okay, how fast can you do this captcha? Ready, go. Oh, too slow. 2 milliseconds? Really? Go again. Try again next time.
No, but if they would do it too quickly, they would maybe get flagged as a bot. So they have to do it humanly.
Humanly. This is our... Oh man, this. Okay, we'll talk. This is a whole nother topic. We'll talk about this next time.
True.
Business ethics.
Exploitation. No, but actually true.
Yeah, business ethics is a part of philosophy as well. We can like discuss that like if you have time as well.
Yeah, if I don't get too angry.
Yeah. Alright, let's go. Continue.
Right.
Marcus's words. I'd love to hear your perspective in the comments. I'd like to thank this week's sponsor, Skillshare, for giving us 1 trial to the first 1,000.
That's nice.
Skillshare is actually a pretty nice platform.
After that, it's only around.
Do you use Skillshare?
Skillshare is an online.
I've never used it, no, but I know it's very nice because they have tutorials. Tutorials are really good. Learning is good.
This guy is sponsored, isn't he? You're sponsored by Skillshare, aren't you? Yeah. I didn't use it myself, but yeah, still tutorials. Obviously, they're good. Go and then
No, man.
yeah.
Like, if I would be sponsored, I would have to actually say I'm sponsored, because otherwise it's illegal. It's illegal.
That doesn't stop, like, buy the followers. No. Push your luck a bit, I guess. All right, let's go.
All right, let's get to the next video. How to become a more powerful thinker. That's the title of the video. Maybe at the end of watching all the videos, we will see some kind of connection in between them, but we'll just have to see for ourselves. Right, Tendo?
Right.
We are smart, man. We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
A math and science problem-solving website that can help you become a more powerful thinker.
Well, I like this intro.
Where do these thoughts come from? Flowing and winding through the mind like a never-ending river.
It's a poem or something.
Thought after thought. An infinite stream.
Maybe not a poem.
Each one leading to the next. This river never runs dry. I dip my hands into the river of my own thoughts, take a sip, and wait.
Ew, pollution.
Hey, this water's contaminated! Don't drink it!
Depends on the country. Like, if this was in China, this would be like, no. Not like anywhere else, maybe.
Nah, bro.
Which country
so
has
many countries with contaminated water?
Yeah, which country has like the most like polluted water? Anyway.
Most polluted?
Yeah, most polluted water.
Maybe India. Probably. I saw some nasty rivers.
Like personally, like you just went there and do you just seek after like the
I've
most
never been
nastiest
there.
water possible to like yeah, dog skinny dipping? Just to clarify, if you're viewing this, don't go around and then drinking random waters wherever you are. Just like make sure it's like sanitize first.
Yeah, exactly.
It has nothing to do with philosophy whatsoever. Just basic
basic survival, right?
Yeah, basic survival skills. Just like don't do this. Like that water doesn't even look that clean, to be honest. All right.
Have you ever watched Bear Grylls?
Yeah.
Dude. You know how he like filters water in all of those episodes. Obviously boiling is a very good method, but one time he did. What was it? It was on a beach, and then he didn't use water from the ocean, or maybe he did, but I know he pissed in some cup and then filtrated it through a t-shirt like many times, and then he drank it.
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
What? Yeah, it does.
Well, I guess this girl must be Bear Grylls then.
Bear
Grylls is tired of like teaching people how to survive. He's teaching philosophy now. What a good career. Fantastic career.
No, but I mean, his episodes were sometimes philosophical, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, but drinking pee from your sock is not gonna... maybe, I don't know.
You do what you gotta do to survive, except of cannibalism, because no.
Actually, there's like a debate about that too. We can get into that if you want later.
Shut up.
You don't know. It's okay. It's okay. We don't have to. Right,
I shut it down.
You're the boss today. Yeah,
no debate about that. No debate about that, Tendel. Believe me.
All right. No cannibalism.
I know it happened many times in history, especially in hard times.
I know.
But yeah.
Yeah, not today. Not today.
Not today.
Clarity and growth, or will it lead to weakness?
Oh, so she does think about this.
The river itself is full of paradox. It carries nourishment.
No, it's full of water.
In equal measures, because what makes one person sick now might make them strong later.
Oh.
What doesn't kill you really stronger.
Like most people, my mind naturally thinks in monologue form. One voice jumps around from thought to thought to thought. For example, it might go, what should I have for lunch? What did I eat yesterday?
Food.
That mouth looks so weird.
Feels like at the monologue flows like a
Oh my god.
when the waters are unfiltered at their whim. Sometimes it
Why do I want to stick my finger in there?
I see myself as bigger,
Icarus.
and higher than I am. It makes me overly confident, prideful, and pompous.
Pompous.
It makes me believe that everything
Pompous.
is good.
Pompous.
I see more fault with the rest of the world than myself. But sometimes, a sip of my own thoughts deflates me. It burdens me. It makes me feel weaker and heavier than I am. It makes me feel useless, worthless, unconfident.
Yeah, it does happen. You know how you have bad thoughts sometimes.
Oh, it's about like overthinking maybe then.
Maybe.
To obtain that clean sip, I create a filter. A second voice.
Like Bear Grylls. See, I told you. Always filter. Right? Perfect.
Bear Grylls has been a philosopher this whole time and I never knew.
Yeah. You know, you just didn't look well enough into his career.
Fine, I'll drink my own pee from now on as well. Happy? Are you happy?
Great.
Thanks a
Let
lot.
me just take a sip right now. Let me take a sip right now on my filtrated, reused, recycled water.
That better be water that you're drinking right now, by the way. That better be.
Yummy. Recycled water.
Yeah, maybe that's the only thing that you get in philosophy. Like, you remember like what we talked about, like what's the point of like learning philosophy? Maybe just being able to drink our own pee or something. That's way more pessimistic than expected. Fine. Fine.
Okay, let's go.
I transform my internal monologue into a dialogue. The first voice acts as the writer and creator. The second voice acts as the editor and destroyer. The first voice prepares the clay, and the second one shapes it. The second voice counterbalances the first. What would a novel be without revision? Writers have a technical term for this. A poopy first draft.
Yeah, I'm making that.
Seriously, without a critical voice and balance.
Yeah, I'm making one of those.
All your thoughts are just poopy. This is the greatest lesson.
Grow up, fantastic. Grow the hell up.
Poopy.
Alright, fine. I admit that was kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
Two philosophers laughing at the word poopy.
Why did they like put that word in there? There's like a better word to use. Like it's called a first draft. Like that's the first poopy draft. No
poopy.
Let's just move on. We'll pretend we never heard that today.
Okay, let's go.
Developing this inner dialogue. My favorite ways are through writing. I'll start by stating something in my creative voice. For example, I'll say, good thinking leads to truth. Then I try to disprove myself with a destructive voice. I'll say, can't bad thinking lead to truth too? And what do you mean by truth? Then my creative voice goes, truth is a type of knowledge that gives you power. It's information that allows you to close the gap between the way the world is and the way it ought to be. Truth is the knowledge of how to remove an obstacle or overcome stress. Then my destructive voice goes, can't truth cause stress?
Ooh.
For example, the truth about your spouse's infidelity? Anyways, you get the point. I have a dialogue with myself from two opposite points of view, creating something, destroying it, and refining it, constantly working towards an idea that is indestructible, inextinguishable, timeless. The more I practice this method, the more I internalize both voices in my natural thought. Doing this on paper works a lot better. If you do this in public, in the corner of a room, everyone will.
So that's what happens when we reach the truth.
You don't have to know that.
That's when we happens when we become wise.
In one of them, I perform critical dissections or distractions. I watch a movie, read a book, play a video game, or listen to a song, and I try to dissect it into the parts that make it up. In a story, for example, I peel apart the different components, such as characters, relationships, locations, plot, themes, symbolism, prose, so on and so forth. I try to find out what makes a piece work, what doesn't, and how I might improve it. Then, in the other notebook, my creative notebook, I take the different pieces I have gathered and try to assemble them into a new and original work of art. I
think we got the point of this then.
Poetry, theory.
Okay. Hold on. Stop the video. Stop the video. I think we got the gist of it now, right? I got the gist of it. So like, there's two different types of voices in our head.
Yeah, one is pro, one is contra.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay. What's opinions? I guess.
What's opinions? I think it's good. Yeah, very nice. I like good philosophy. I think it lacks a bit of distraction. We could add a bit more distraction to our thoughts. I think if you start thinking, well, every one of my thoughts is bad. You start thinking, maybe not. Maybe it's good. Maybe thought bad. Maybe the bad thought is good thought. So you start thinking of the thought, and then you... What?
What? No, keep going. You're going on the mood. Go.
No. I was actually making a joke because you need balance, like Thanos. Sometimes Thanos, he snaps, but when he doesn't snaps, he talks about balance, and balance is the thing that like keeps the things balanced. So like one thing, you have like.
You say you're joking, but you're making a lot of sense. You know that, right?
So like basically you have like a bottle, right? And you put you can see the bottle. Okay, now you can see the bottle. The bottle is here, and you put that thing on the bottle, right? Look. You put a pepper. You put a pepper on the thing here.
These things.
You put a pepper on here, and the pepper. It's unbalanced. The pepper is unbalanced. The pepper was thinking too many horny thoughts. Pepper is not good. Pepper is not balanced. Pepper is thinking bad. Right.
Okay.
So pepper fell down because unbalanced.
Right. Do you think like balance is possible though?
Totally.
Really? How?
Yes. Yeah.
How?
Well, Soviets almost achieved balance.
What? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
But it's a good question though. It's like people keep saying, you have to like you need to be balanced. You have to like not do too much or too little of something. You have to like keep this in mind. But like okay, that's a good point. We all agree that that's a good point. Okay, is that even possible though? Sure, really? Okay, how would you achieve it? Like
how do people succeed? Well, okay, wait. Well, you sometimes don't have to look to the middle of things. You have to actually do half and half of like good and bad. Sometimes it's a different mixture that keeps the things stable.
Question, Sensei.
Yeah.
If so, does that mean like if I save someone, I get to kill someone else then? So to keep the balance.
Totally.
What?
No. You didn't give life, so if you take life away, it doesn't. Well, by saving life, you keep a life. You don't give a life, so you can't take a life by keeping a life. It's not the same thing, so that's unbalanced.
I see. Right. But it's also like all of this just depends on the situation, so I guess, right?
Mothers can kill.
Really? Really?
I don't know, but they like
That's
they
a
like
whole.
gave life. So to like balance it up, they can.
You're
Okay, wait,
opening a
no.
new can of worms. You know,
Oh,
be
no, no.
very careful. Yeah, it just goes to show how like but even the whole I'll do like if you like take this to its logical extreme though, let's just imagine that the balance is possible. If you want to like be perfectly balanced though, you have to think, okay, is my thought process balanced? And then the destruction side would say, no, it's not. And then they say, I think it is. Well, I say it's not. So like you have to criticize your own mindset at the same time. So if that's the case, then is balance even possible?
Do you notice that you always go in circles and you never actually make it and you like actually never make a decision because your distractive side said it's not balanced, and then your other side said this, and then your other side said this, and it all just negates each other, and you never actually come with a conclusion. Kendall, you need to sometimes make a choice.
Right. Just saying that like maybe that's what it means to be the perfect balance though. Like infinite regression. Like I think he mentioned something like that, right? You have to like keep having this infinite like go down that barrel. Like you have to keep questioning you will eventually keep questioning yourself until you reach no conclusions. Just keep watching for now then. We should just keep watching for now.
True. He did say that.
Each day, without filtering or censoring myself. I use these different notebooks to cultivate the creative and destructive aspects of my personality. This style of learning is similar to taking apart a machine and rebuilding it to learn how it works. The real magic happens when you create something you can't destroy, disprove, or improve. Maybe you or someone else will disprove it in the future, which is good because now you can improve it. But in the meantime, it's a well-earned opinion or idea that is the closest...
Okay, I think we can stop here. Stop here for a second. Sorry.
So with that said...
What does it mean to improve? What does that mean? Fantastic.
My definition would be that if something is maybe lacking in maybe function, maybe something is lacking in fluidity, maybe something is lacking in something. If something's lacking and you can give something to it so it's less lacking, then that will be improvement.
But we just said that like perfect balance is needed, right? So if you keep adding something, it won't be perfect balance though. If you put more fluidity to something, which doesn't really make sense to me, then like are you a bit too fluid? So have you actually improved?
If you make something more functional, let's say you use a stick to mine stones, and then you add a very sharp stone to the stick, and then you make a stone pickaxe, and with that stone pickaxe you mine stone better.
And then you beat the ender dragon, the wither, and then just like I get like a dozen hot dogs as well. Optional.
Yep.
But yeah,
that's upgrades, isn't it?
Upgrade. Yeah, I guess so. But like it depends on what you mean by what do you mean by function though. Like you see what's useful, and then like at that moment at time as well as that moment. Yeah, I think there's like a few philosophers out there who actually like argues that like whatever goes on to like do their functions the most properly is achieving greatness basically. Yeah, so whatever. So like a sword that doesn't cut is not performing its function properly, so it is worthless. While a human, so the question is, what is a human's function? What is a person's function? What does it mean to be a person, you know?
We are not an object, so we can choose our function.
Are we not an object?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can go on to the next video then, yeah.
You could say, we are kind of an object in this way and that way. Nah.
At the foundation of it though, we're still made of atoms, and then like why does why does I think we're just saying that consciousness somehow makes us something else entirely, but how so, you know?
Well, because it does.
Yeah, and
it's that easy.
Yeah, but that means that we can just say, well, if that's the case, a stone is not an object. And when you ask me why, and I just say, just because.
Is an object.
Just because.
It's because I said a stone is not an object. It's not an object, you know.
Okay, so if I were to say that you are an object, and I say just because I said so.
Look,
right.
We are the ones who came up with the idea of object and non-object.
True.
So we define what's an object and what's not an object, and that's why we put ourselves as not objects.
Perfect argument. Yeah, that's perfect argument actually. So what's stopping me from saying that you're an object? And being right about it?
Me being the streamer. and no, you are streaming. Shit, okay, right.
Because I always hate you.
Our friendship, Tendo. Come on, please. I thought we were friends.
I mean, I know we're friends, but but a rock though, like it might have feelings too, you know. How do we know?
So, would you say the rock is he an object?
I don't know. Like maybe the whole point of objectivity itself, you know, is just making us feel special when we in fact aren't really, you know.
Would you say the rock? The rock.
Oh, you're talking about him, huh?
You know, the rock.
That guy. Huh? That guy. Don't tell him I said this.
Talk about power. We stay hungry. We devour.
Please don't tell him I said this. He's gonna mess me up.
He's gonna come to your house and be like,
"You call me an object, you fool."
No.
Hey, actually, hold on a second. You're the one who called him an object, not me. You're the one that said that you're screwed.
No, I was asking. I was asking if you think the rock is an object.
All right. Okay. So, why don't you just summarize this whole video that we watched so far? What do you think about this?
I forgot. I remember Poopy and Poopy first draft.
It was about how to become a the title literally says how to become a more powerful thinker, and then you say Poopy.
I know.
Something along that line.
They were talking about our thoughts and how sometimes our thoughts can be very negative, right? And then we start thinking, oh, why do I always get those negative thoughts? Oh, they influence me so negatively. And then they introduced us to the very, very, very efficient idea of having a destructive and constructive side of mind, which balances out your thoughts so you don't get flawed with all the negative ideas and don't get too positive. That's bad. No, maybe not. Maybe being too positive is also kind of bad because you get too unrealistic. But yeah, they introduced us to this very, very good idea, which you, viewer, could also use in your daily life. Because when you get an idea, you sometimes need to refine it. And if you think, Tendo, go on.
Okay, in my opinion, I think that a bit was off track a bit because it was just, in my opinion, this video was about how to
Do you want a toffee?
I'll go for it. Go ahead. It's all yours. It's all yours. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's about how if you want to become a more powerful thinker, it's also important that you criticize your own self when you have these kind of thoughts, so that you can improve your own knowledge. And then we were just having a debate about how okay, what it means to be improved, and then we just forgetting about that. This video is just saying that if you want to prove that what you're thinking is right, then you better make sure that it's gone through some filters and it's been criticized enough so that you can be more confident in it.
Filter your piss. Right. That's what I was missing. Bear Grylls, filter your piss. Always filter your piss.
Actually, no. I think that actually links here. Like your first initial idea is trash. It's basically piss. So you have to filter that to make it a lovely, lovely water source. You see? Now we can actually drink it and then use it for something. Not yeah. Yeah. All right.
Very well. But it's actually a very good way to remember it, because you know how I only at first remembered the very funny poopy thing,
Yes.
And now Bear Grylls pee thing funny. I remember, huh?
Yes. Thanks, Bear Grylls. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm off to go practice my dialect.
Skillshare.
You're dumb.
What the fuck?
Skillshare.
Shut up! I started the video and it's like, you're dumb. No, you're dumb. Come on.
You're dumb. No, you're dumb. You're dumb. No.
So mean.
If you're interested in
Skillshare. I knew it. Wait, not brilliant. Sorry.
Brilliant.
Totally different things.
Student looking to get ahead. A professional brushing up on
See, this one, Fantastic, is not sponsored by.
time to understand the world better.
It's the Skillshare that he's sponsored by. Right?
Brilliant's mission is to help you achieve
Don't say their name.
Not right now. Oh, you picked Stoicism, right? 12-minute video, got it.
12:32. Come on.
Yes.
Itachi. Beep boop. Welcome to the stream.
Wow.
You know what would be? Okay, my audio sources are good. Everything works. I was paranoid for like 1 second that maybe my microphone wasn't working for the entire live stream, because that would be fucking bad. But it wasn't.
It's perfect. It's brilliant. Yeah, nothing to
Oh my
worry
god.
about.
Sensei invited me to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Wow.
Wow. Wow. You can tell them all about how you've been talking about P and then like Bear Grylls for the past 1 hour.
It's not my actual sensei though. It's just some guy named Sensei.
From Skillshare.
Yeah, from Skillshare.
Sponsor, commitment, as always.
Okay.
Obviously,
What do you actually, Tendel? What do you actually?
Jeez, I didn't know I was gonna get interrogated here. It does.
What? Wait, let me bring the light here.
What do you actually?
Tendel, what do you actually?
Bro, I'm not resisting. No resistance here.
You a vampire or what?
Man. No, I'm just getting too much arrest warrants.
Alright, do we start the video now?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go. Let me boom. Ta-da.
Actually value.
What do you actually value? That's the question.
Oh,
okay,
thank God. I thought I was gonna question my entire existence or something. What do you actually? Actually?
What do you actually?
What does he mean?
It's so philosophical.
But this is way better. Okay, fine.
When you know where you're going, it makes it easy for you to ignore what doesn't matter and focus on what does matter. I think we often look for answers when really it's
such a nice background music
that teach us the most. I know that the right question at the right time can totally change the direction of your life. I'm Ryan Holiday. I've been writing about Stoicism now for more than a decade and a half.
Do you think he read all those books, like on the background?
The NFL,
yeah.
Forces to
He read all
Definitely.
that.
and we talk about how
all of it.
ancient ideas.
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
Why not? I mean, it's possible. You can read a book in like 2 or 3 days that has like 300 pages easily.
It takes me 3
And
hours.
memorize all the stuff in it.
It takes me 3 hours to read 26 pages, but okay.
3 hours, 320. What? What's going on?
Let's not talk about that.
You have to practice speed reading and
Oh,
and
and what? Miss out on
memorization.
all the ideas? Hell no. Hell no. Like read 1,000 books terribly or like read one book good? Which one?
Read 1,000 books very good and fast.
Alright, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's the most optimal.
Fair enough, I get it. Nice beard.
That is a lot of books.
I can't hear
Wait,
them.
he's in the library, isn't he?
I can't hear.
What is it? Huh?
I can't hear the video.
You can't hear?
Yeah.
Tandel, what happened to your hearing? Tandel, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Tandel!
can hear you properly.
Tandel!
Even if I was deaf, I probably still could hear you. But like him, though, like he read too much. He read too much.
He read too much. He a quiet boy. Tandel, do you have any book with you right now that you wanna share with us?
Nope. Zero. Nope.
No?
Nope.
Really?
Never.
Nope.
Never. That's never gonna happen.
Wow.
This
such a private
my
person.
sanctuary doesn't like I can't contaminate it with books here. Like I'll be like having nightmares every single night before I sleep.
I have a very special book here. It's called Fahren Lernen, das Begleitbuch für Theorie und Praxis zur Führerscheinausbildung.
What does that even do? What do you learn from that? Cars?
It's for my driving license.
Oh, you're trying to get your driver's license?
Yeah.
Man, good job. You're gonna contribute so much to the accident rates in your region.
Do you wanna see the really cool positive cover here? Look at all these people, huh?
How much did they pay to like make them that happy? How much did they have to pay them to like, hey? Okay, cut. Alright, check up, pay up. They must be a millionaire by now. Like, how can you be that happy trying to get your like driver's license?
Yeah.
And maybe they should like get you to get involved as well. Maybe you should like ask them if you can like go on there. Come on.
No,
Show them that, hey, I'm a streamer. I have like so many followers. I can like give you some. I've been sponsored by Skillshare as well. So you want to get down on this? Shh. They don't have to know. They don't have to know.
Maybe one day, maybe.
No, like honestly, I think it's worth to ask though. I genuinely think it's actually kind of worth an ask.
Today I messaged Elon Musk asking about if he's gonna make a car that I like.
Seriously?
He didn't answer, but I did
Seriously?
message him.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second. Seriously? Did you message
Yeah.
him? Are you sure?
Yeah.
The way you're smiling and the way
You
you're
wanna
nodding
see?
your head, I'm trying. Yeah.
No, I'm actually.
I smell
I
the
actually.
BS. I
Do
smell
you wanna
it.
see? Do you wanna see?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Nah, he didn't answer yet, but I actually did.
What a jerk.
Let me just.
I'm sorry, Elon Musk. Maybe I.
No, he's not a jerk, dude. There's probably like 50,000 messages that he would have to go through to see this one. So, bro.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know if he even accepts messages from people that he doesn't follow.
Yeah.
So he would also have to go to his like spam folder and stuff like that. Okay.
I can barely see that, but like, okay, I think it's legit. Yeah, it's legit. Yeah, it's legit. I can see his face.
And I sent a picture of this beautiful car here.
You want him to make that car for you?
Yeah. It's a Saab 900, a very beautiful car, but I would like it in a Tesla-powered engine thing.
Right. You didn't ask him for like flying cars. You just want that. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, funny thing, this car has actually been made by a company that before has made jets and like planes and stuff.
And you didn't ask them for flying cars even then. Alright.
Who wants flying cars, man? Driving school.
Yeah, true.
And then I said, "Hello, Mr. Musk. It would be awesome if you designed your next car in this cyberpunk 90s style. Thanks sincerely."
Alright.
Nice.
You better get that driver's license as soon as possible before that freaking car comes up, I guess, and you can't afford it.
And imagine Musk just like, "Okay, bro, I will send you the car immediately, ASAP, no problem."
Yeah, you don't want to disappoint him. Like, you better get your driver's license, okay? Crash whatever car you have, and then okay, it's okay. The cyberpunk car is gonna come soon, so it doesn't. Who cares?
Okay, thank you, Musk. Nice
actually,
car.
if you decide to get a driver's license now, you might actually intentionally start crashing your car into everyone else, and then "Hey, what did you do that for?" And then you say, "Don't worry, Elon Musk will release the cyberpunk car soon. You're gonna get those. Screw those cars."
Nice.
All right. You have other topics you want to talk about, about philosophy as well? I think you had messaged me about that we had to talk about that, right?
I want videos.
You want videos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, we can watch more videos if you like.
Yeah.
Did you message me about a question though, about freedom of will and stuff?
Yeah, I did message you on something, and I had a very interesting opinion on it. Do you want to share it right now?
Yeah, sure, you can do that too.
Sure.
Whatever you're comfortable with, you're leading.
Let me scroll through our DMs. Here it is. Maybe the concept of free will is understood wrongly. The free will that we are imagining is so free that it's nothing, because true freedom is not existing. So if we try to imagine it, we already make the first mistake. That's why we think wrongly. We might have free will, but one that is based on our physicality.
Yeah, that's the part that I don't really understand. So could you just re-explain that to me? Maybe I just misheard you.
Okay, so when you think of free will, right? You think of what do you think of? Like not being bound, like being able to make a decision, not being bound by previous things that make us do the decision, right? That's the thing. Yeah. So this is already impossible since we are physical, right? We are a physical body, and those things are immediately cancelled, right? So the free will that we should be thinking about is the free will that is at least a physical free will, or excluding the limitations of our physical selves. That kind of free will, right? That's what I'm thinking, because the definition of free will in this concept is basically, well, for me, the purest form of freedom then would be nothing. So not existing. That's what you would have to achieve, is not existing. That would be the freest of the freedoms that you could ever have.
Right.
And it's also kind of true that nothing is free, right? But since we are physical, we can't,
Right. In my opinion, the fact that you need to do that in order for you to be free itself doesn't make you free.
But you would be free.
You know what I mean? So basically, freedom means that you don't need to do anything in order for you to be free, right? So the only way I can be free is then to not exist. That already means you can't be free because you're forced into not existing, because that's the only way you believe you have freedom, right?
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying that the definition of freedom that like thinks that that thinks in that kind of way is wrong. That's why I think that we do have free will. It's just that we define it wrongly. We see it as something less physical than we should actually see it.
Could you go deeper on that? Yeah.
I don't know if I can. Um, I
So
don't know if
so
I
you're
can
saying that
put it in any other words.
so you're saying that you disagree with the concept of free will and the definition of it. So do you have like any other definition that you want to suggest?
Well, maybe not a full definition, but I would like to suggest that we could at least not consider things that are already forced on ourselves by being in a physical body as something that is limiting us. So, like, things that are limiting us aren't things that we are, let's say, all bound to, as like physical humans, right, in bodies and stuff. um we have our limits, but this doesn't make us not free,
Yeah, you could argue that.
right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Just because you have limitations doesn't mean you're not necessarily free to work around those limitations. I think that's what you're trying to get at, right?
Mm.
So, for example, yes, you are gonna get hungry and you need to eat to survive, but that doesn't mean you can't just work around that to make sure everything else you do is your own decision, right?
Yeah, so like just because I get yeah, right, just because I get hungry and I need to eat, that doesn't mean that I'm not free because I have this physical need to well eat to survive and to live on, it's not my well, it's not taking away my freedom. It's kind of like the what should I call it, the foundation of being, right? The foundation of like one of the things that just are, let's call it that.
Pretty confusing, right? Pretty complicated. Yeah. But
Putting it
yeah,
into words is hard, right?
right. I don't know if this is the way you want to say this, but I think what you're trying to get at is the fact that we have limitations, but you still have choice to still work through that and work around the limitations. Sure, you can say that you need to eat to survive, but you also have the freedom to not eat and just die. So that's a freedom, right?
No, I also mean that well, if you are, let's say, forced to eat because you have to eat to survive, and you do it, it doesn't necessarily mean that we don't have any other free will.
True.
Yeah.
It just means that you're not free to do whatever the hell you want, though, right? It just means that. So you can't just say I want to fly. That doesn't mean that you're just gonna be able to fly just because you want to, right? So in that regard, you're not free. But
well, in that regard, yeah, maybe you're not free, but you can do things that like help you achieve that goal by thinking differently, as we talked about at the beginning of this podcast.
Right.
How we talked about people inventing planes,
right?
Right. Yeah.
So you can go around and still work around that limitation. So yes, you might not be able to fly just because you just say that you want to fly, but but there's really no if you are let's just imagine there's governments and then no other people to judge you for whatever you're doing. If that's the case, there's no literal law or rule that's out there for you to prevent you from doing or trying out anything that you wish to. Believing whatever you want, going around and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, kind of.
So in that regard, freedom is possible, but freedom is still limited by your own self, by your own situation that you're in.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think that this whole thing, freedom is limited. Yes, it's true. But I just wanted to like make sure that people don't think that just because we are limited doesn't mean we are not free.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we have to think.
That's what I was going about.
We also have to start thinking about though, whether if even if you say that like some things like even despite the situation, some things can be free. That just depends on like whether your decisions in that moment itself is free though, right? So like it doesn't really matter whether you're free or not if your decision was not your own, and if your actions was not your own, then like would that even matter if you have the option of being free when you just logically cannot? Too much?
That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying that like our definition of freedom then is wrong in this situation.
But it just seems to me like if that's the case, then there's two options: that freedom does exist with like huge amounts of limitation, or that limitation is so incredibly huge that freedom just generally is impossible. So both of these can technically be right?
Yeah, both of these could be right, and there's believers of this and believers of that. But for me personally, the truth is that we do have free will. It's just that we are defining free will as something that is impossible. So we should think about free will a bit differently. And yes, there are limitations, but those limitations are just because we are physical, and we can't go around. Well, we can go around those limitations, but we can't go around those limitations how we wanna.
Right. So unless you're like a godlike creature, then like you'll still have limitations.
Right.
But you still have like a freedom to act around the limitations. Yeah, but the thing about that is we still have to figure out whether your decisions are your own, and then like whether your even desire to like work around those situations itself is free, So in my opinion, it's not the fact that like we are defining freedom as wrong. Sure, we are maybe including too much, and then like we can like scale it down a little. So we can make some assumptions, for example, that your choice is your own, for example, and then like we can make that assumption, and then like we can assume also that like not consider hunger and stuff. Okay, if that's the case, that if you assume that these aren't limitations, then like okay, how does the government, for example, enforce or like try to break down your freedom or something like that? We can do that. But if you want to go for the purest idea of what it means to be free, then like I don't think the definition of freedom in that it's about being able to do whatever the hell you want, it's itself wrong, to be honest. Sure, it might be over too broad maybe, but like I don't think it can be blamed for being too broad though. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Maybe not. I mean, I do get it, but like maybe I agree or maybe not. In some points I do, in some points I don't.
So you still believe though that like you still have like freedom and you still have free will then?
I definitely do, and I will not change my mind until the day I die, because well, it would make me just feel upset that I don't have free will.
Yeah, there is a good debate about that too, like if your philosophy
there's no debate about that, it just does.
No, the debate about like whether there's a point in doing philosophy if it's just gonna upset you, like for example, you could go your entire life not knowing that you don't have free will, right? You could go your entire life like you could just ignore all this and just make what they do. What do have I ruined your life a little bit by telling you this, or have I actually improved your life by telling you these kind of things? What do you think?
it's also up to me if I decide that this information will ruin my the rest of my life, or if it will improve. It's what I do with the information that well makes it good or bad.
True. But if you're planning to just like say I don't agree with this, I think it's wrong, and I just believe this, then like you might as well just say, oh, then you might as well just never have listened to it in the first place. Sometimes there's that argument. Like sometimes there are beliefs that I have. Sometimes that like why if I haven't listened to it, maybe I would have haven't like been so stressed out. Maybe I would have been like I don't know if it would be better though. Maybe it would be worse. But like maybe it would have been better if I just not have never known in that first place, and just like keep on what I was doing.
Well, I definitely listened, and it redefined my thinking about free will. Because before I was just thinking, yeah, we definitely have free will because we make choices, blah 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 blah, and I didn't think about free will as those fundamentary things, as like you need to eat, so because you are forced to eat, and well, therefore you don't have free will to do this and that, and then it goes further, But it definitely redefined my thinking of like free will, and I used the constructive and destructive way of thinking to redefine the whole idea of freedom in my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually very close to what I normally like to think about as well. Like improve the things that you believe in, but also learn from the things that you disagree with. Like that's what my opinion is when I decide to like open my mind up to all these kind of things, because my main philosophy right now is the fact that there's no right or wrong answer. So I keep my mind as open as possible. I can disagree with other people. That's totally fine, so long as I don't ignore them. Like if I ignore them, that means I have completely wasted that side of their story. Like if I consider them and I say, oh, they're wrong, that's totally fine. That means I still considered them. That means I haven't been turning a blind eye to it, and then just like hoping that the problem will go away by itself. I didn't. I just take
definitely.
Yeah.
This agreeing with people is sometimes very risky because they can see you as like ignorant, and that could lead to many complications in social life. But I think that sometimes it's just okay to disagree with someone, even though maybe their arguments are kind of good. But if you still want to believe your own kind of way of like seeing the world and your own definitions and your own ideas, then you're definitely free to do that, right? It's
Yeah, you're definitely free to have your own opinions, but like the kind of beliefs that I find to be the most dangerous is not the actual violent ideologies, but it's about untested ideologies. Those that like those people that just tend to like always just like ignore, and then like just make sure that like just pretend that like if I just believe these other ideas don't exist, then they just don't exist. That's the kind of like that's when it becomes really dangerous, because that means that you can just make whatever you want to be right without considering considering like situations of like broad scheme of things. And also kind of beautiful, to be honest, right? About like it's very scary. Philosophy is really, really scary, but like it's also really beautiful when you think about how much ideas are out there, and how much different ways you can actually improve your life. Sure, none of them might be wrong, none of them might be right, but like there are options out there if you're interested in exploring. Yeah, that's just what I think.
Made me think about how you like okay, well, I was thinking about something else as well while you were explaining it, but I don't have to explain what. It was a very good. It was a very good thing you just said, though. My mind is drifting. Aye, dude. Right, Dendel.
We have 40 more minutes, man. Take your time.
I'm just thinking about like if I'm being ignorant then with like my way of thinking. um I mean, I do kind of believe in your thing, right? In a way, it's kind of true, but then I do also consider my own um, thing that, like, yeah, I still do have free will. It's just that the definition of free will is different. Um, but then, like, also the whole thing about there's no right or wrong answer. That just that just complicates it.
True.
Right? Because like even though I came up with something, it doesn't mean I am more right or more wrong than you are.
Right.
Right.
I actually like had a debate about how if your family member were to get like a murder right in front of you, I think I said this in my stream as well.
Batman.
Right, right. About applied ethics. I was arguing about how is can we ever say that person's wrong, even though of course we believe that he's definitely wrong. He killed my freaking family. So of course I'll say like I hate that guy.
Oh my god, Kendall almost swore. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyways, yeah. So I was like, that guy, but can we actually like, is he actually wrong for doing that? He might have just have different beliefs and all that. And the point is, I don't really blame people for anybody for just believing things just because they want to, because like philosophy is really really challenging, and if you keep thinking about it, you're not, and you don't even know, as we have discussed, about whether or not philosophy actually even improves your life. Maybe it was just better for you if you have never figured this out. I personally don't think so, but like I can see the argument behind that. I don't know whether philosophy will be useful for you. I don't know how maybe knowing about this has ruined your life or somewhat. Maybe it would have been better if you just believed whatever the hell you wanted.
But I think that my answer on that was pretty good, to be honest, because it depends on you and what you do with that information. Fuck. I can't finish the sentence. It depends on what you do with the information that makes it good or bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
right.
I completely agree with you on that. Like honestly, this is why every philosophy session I make, I always mention to people that you do not have to agree with me, but I want you to at least consider it. This is not about like me trying to like convince anybody. It's about you guys taking what you believe to be important and just learning from the things that you disagree with, and then like figuring out just why someone might have a different opinion about this. And some reasons might be ridiculous, like they might have like oh, I just don't believe it just because I don't want to, but you can still see why it is that way. Now you have to consider the fact that like not many people want to like test their ideologies as much as you do, and as risky as that is, you can see why it's the case. It's very difficult, like challenging your beliefs. How can you stop being ignorant sometimes? I sometimes
so you would consider being close-minded as bad, right?
These days I'm not really sure, to be honest. Like these days, what do you think about it?
Well, I ask you the question.
Oh, sorry. Then I'll answer first. Then
you're not sure about it.
No. Oh, the reason
is that your final answer?
No, the reason I'm not sure about this right now is the fact that I can see how there's a risk of being too open-minded and there's a risk of being too close-minded at the same time. It's and it's also, in my opinion, also like what I said just now, the balance is just very difficult to just impossible to get. Like I had a debate about all this time about I'm pretty open-minded because I say there's no right or wrong answer, but then you can argue back to me, say, okay, then what's the point of arguing for anything? What's the point of believing anything then, if there is no answer to it anyway? And I don't have any answer to that because, well, eventually I'll have to make my own beliefs. Eventually, but maybe making my own beliefs is bad. So you have to realize that if you're too open-minded, you're never ever gonna get to the answer, and you have to be okay with that. Whereas if you're at least a bit close-minded, you can at least have something that you find important. I believe this to be right, and then I will pursue this as much as possible. Whether it is right or wrong or not, you have to figure out when to stop caring, because there's a point in time where you have to actually start taking action. But if you're too open-minded, you only ask yourself whether you should even take any action to begin with. So it's two sides of the same. Like, it's very difficult to see which one is actually a better option, and you have to just consider the situation maybe.
True. Definitely true.
So if I go a bit farther about this, I just heard today about how there just needs to be times where you have to take off your philosophical hat and just do something, like do something, anything. Because if you're just questioning, you have to realize that you will not make any progress except maybe in your terms of your beliefs. But like you're not gonna get anywhere, technically speaking, because that's the whole point of being open-minded, because you consider everything. There's infinite things to consider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I've heard from you. Like first thing, very good, like simplification of that whole thing. You know, that you like sometimes. Fuck. I'm in my thoughts, you know. So, do you sometimes have those like moments that you just don't speak, or no?
Back then, no, but like these days, a little bit, because the reason why it's I think I recently realized about how important it is to communicate properly if you're planning to say any kind of ideas, especially more controversial ideas, because when you have debates, many people believe that it's about fighting to see who's right. But if you realize that, like, if you start changing your mind into like okay, instead of disagreeing, understand why, like why is she thinking this way, or like is there literally no link between what we believe in? And then like if you start saying that, oh yeah, I agree with you on that, and like oh yeah, I do see this your point of view, then you realize just how linked all these ideas are, you know. Like some problems that they face, you can definitely understand, because that's some of your philosophies about, like even though you might disagree with her, you can see her point of view or his point of view, and then you just figure out that there are limitations to my own beliefs.
Yeah, I think the reason why I wasn't like answering or saying anything after you said something was because I was pretty much agreeing with you on many of the things, and if there was something that I didn't agree on, well then I answered, and like after some of your answered, I was like, yeah, that's right, and I couldn't say anything more because I just didn't wanna repeat what you were saying.
True.
Right.
But if I say, oh sorry, go ahead. What?
Yeah, just say.
If you're to go back to the question about whether there are things that I don't talk about, though, there are things that I'm not really sure, because I'm quite open to just like talking about any kind of controversial ideas, but like I have to make sure that if I want to talk about these things, that other people who I talk to make sure they want to talk about this as well. So I have to always make sure that I ask and stuff like that, and then like I make sure, and if they're not comfortable with it, then I just say no, because like let's be real, if you keep thinking about philosophical questions, politics, and all this, sure, it might be useful, but like there just needs to be time where you just take a chill pill and then just like take a distance yourself from it all and enjoy what you've actually, and just organize what you've already learned and then what you already know before you add anything new.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, no, true, definitely. And Jesus, this is so bad. I had this one moment, right? Me and my friend, I just want to talk about it because nothing else comes to my mind. Me and my friend, we were, just chilling at night, outside, and then we smoked some weed, right? Right, yeah. And well, at some point, I basically lost all of my functions to speak, like completely.
Right.
I was just like a I mean, I was there, but I felt like not like I couldn't speak, not like I didn't want to speak, but I just simply didn't speak.
Mm.
And it was so weird. I was so maybe lost in my thoughts and
Right.
just like lost in my own mind that everything from the outside was blurring out. I don't know if it's like a side effect of like maybe ADHD. I don't know. I don't know if I have it. I maybe, but I just couldn't come up with words. I couldn't start speaking. You know, my friend was like talking to me about something like, oh, do you hear the music from that club? And I was like, lost in my mind, thinking about whatever I was thinking about. Like, oh my god, my body is a body. I have hands.
Right.
That was so weird.
Yeah. This is, in my opinion, very underrated. I sometimes do that as well. Like I just go completely blank. Like for like a couple of minutes at a time, and people actually start getting concerned. Are you okay? And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm still here. Yeah. But
spaced out.
No, like I think nobody should blame themselves, because it's a very underrated thing to like know that you actually need time to process what you're thinking about. Like it doesn't like you can't just keep adding new things and expect you to like understand all of it and then like fit everything in the right place as soon as you like hear it or like learn about it.
You know what's a very nice skill? To be like a really fast processor. Like when you do a podcast like we do, and you like process things really fast, and then you can like immediately come up with some really nice answer to whatever we like talked about. Right? That would be gold.
There is
do you think that those like really professional podcasters, do they just have that skill, or do they inform themselves on the topic before they talk about it? They like prepared themselves, or like heard about just many things and talked about many things before, that they don't space out during a podcast because they have to like think about things.
In my opinion, they have definitely most likely have prepared, and this is why I go on to say that there's like two sides of the same coin. Like on one hand, I do agree that being able to process things fast is a skill. I understand, but to develop that skill, coming from me personally, I'm not saying that maybe I think I'm fairly good at processing information like when I hear it, but the cost of that is you're over prepared sometimes. Like because you're always like thinking, and then you always trying to fit in new information, consider everything as much as possible, trying to find the most perfect information as possible, that you just don't let yourself just embrace just chaos sometimes, because you want things to be in order all the time. So it's very stressful on one hand, and it's very time consuming as well, and sometimes very distracting. But like you said, it's very good for processing, and you get to understand other people's perspective in a good light. But sometimes when you're so used to doing this, you can't stop yourself. I personally want to have the skill right now to like just stop thinking for one day, and then just like chill. But like that normally doesn't happen, because I'm always self-reflecting and always trying to like,
I think that's called meditation, isn't it?
Meditation works to only a certain degree. Like once that period is done, you're still gonna stop thinking. And to be honest, I don't really know if I want to stop either, because like the benefits of this is quite huge as well. Like I said, you can understand people's perspectives really, really well, and then like you can always answer questions pretty solidly. But I do understand it's quite stressful sometimes, though.
Do you think that your answers to the question come from you being a kind of a good processor and and stuff like that, or you already hearing about the topic and already having some kind of information and knowing about stuff, so being prepared?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the preparing or the preparedness or the processing part?
Yeah, it's definitely the preparingness, definitely. Like I like, just in case, I'm used to, like, everybody does this to a certain extent about just preparing yourself for like anything, right? Just in case, preparing for the worst, maybe, like what question they might answer and stuff like that, what question they might ask. So like it's definitely preparations, and then whether that's a good thing or bad thing or not.
Yeah, I was just thinking if preparingness is a word, it's preparedness.
Yeah, it's a word. It's a word. I live by that word. I think we had this kind of similar discussion last time when we did the stream, like about how like some people just overthink, and then like but because they overthink, they're more prepared than others to like handle certain situations. And then everybody does that to a certain extent, because nobody really likes to fail, right? Nobody really wants to like screw up. So like the only thing they can do is just think about as much as possible and think about all the situations in order to handle that certain situation, and then I feel like I'm no exception to that.
Some people take cocaine.
Yeah.
They do, to stay focused, to stay hungry. We stay hungry, we devour. No, okay. Right.
Yeah, it is, like, right now, that's actually one of the main questions I'm asking. Like, can I actually like stop thinking so much?
Take cocaine. Yeah, what?
I have cocaine.
No,
that's another time. I do. Don't do drugs, everyone. But like, whether I can stop myself from overthinking, and if I can, whether I even want to, because like personally, I love the fact that I overthink. I love the fact that I can have good conversations.
I think overthinking is good, to be honest. So Daniel, you probably shouldn't stop yourself from overthinking. Your viewers, you probably also shouldn't stop yourself from overthinking, but do it in a good way, like the video before showed you. Have a distractive and creative side.
Yeah.
Which both refine your ideas.
Yeah.
Don't go too negative. Don't go too this and that. Right. Viewers, you need to be good with your overthinking.
Right.
And there was a second thing I wanted to mention by the whole overthinking idea. Fuck, I forgot. Okay, go, Tendo. Go.
What? Read your mind and figure out what you're trying to think about?
No. Say what you were gonna say.
I was about to say about, yeah, I agree, but like I actually like agree a lot with that video, in the fact that that's what I normally do, like destroy my ideas, recreate them, and then like, oh no, that was a terrible idea, okay, fix that as well. But that's the thing, that is assuming the fact that there is a right answer to it. I don't believe that there is a right answer, so the only thing I do is just keep going down that rabbit hole, keep going
rabbit hole.
Yeah. So
you're like Alice in the Wonderland.
Alice in the Wonderland. Is it Alice in Wonderland or Alice in the Wonderland? Oh.
Alice in Wonderland.
Is it pronounced Wonderland in where you're from?
Well, it's because in Germany we don't say Wanda, we say Wunder.
Wunder.
Es ist ein Wunder. Es ist ein wunderschönes...
Wunderschön.
Nein, warte. Es ist eine wunderschöne Sprache. Ja.
Is it Alice in the Wonderland then?
Alice's Abenteuer im Wunderland. It's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
What the hell? Then I was wrong this entire time then.
But it's Alice in Wonderland, I think, in the English way. Let me see this.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Oh my god. Commonly Alice in Wonderland, yeah. And actually Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. That's the correct way.
Mandela effect, maybe.
And no. Commonly just Alice in Wonderland. People commonly say it like that.
What if we're in a
Yeah.
different dimension where, like, we are split, and then there's a universe that's calls it the Adventures of Alice in Wonderland, and we're in the universe where we call it Alice in Wonderland. That's called the Mandela
Oh
effect,
my
apparently.
Okay. Yeah, isn't it?
Did you get your
But the
question ready again?
Mandela effect is crazy.
You were about to ask something.
What question? No. Oh, yeah, right. About the meditation thing. So, why do you think that meditation would stop you from overthinking?
Meditation. I tried meditation before. Personally, I found it
I
quite.
I never did.
Yeah. If you want, you can definitely try it if you think. But personally, I don't think it really helped that much.
Mhm.
I just go like, and it felt like I asked a meditation person like if it actually helps her, and then people say she also says about how it doesn't work for everybody, and the effects are not always gonna be the same. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Same with sleep, apparently, very similar to sleeping.
Maybe it's also like maybe some people don't need it that much. That's why it doesn't work that much.
Perhaps, yeah.
Or maybe they're expecting the wrong effect.
Right.
Or maybe they are not doing it correctly, or maybe not long enough to see any effects.
Hmm?
You know, it's all just poopy first draft.
Yeah, I was just like it's about how there's like a bit of an over exaggeration when it comes to the effects of meditations. Meditation is not like a medicine to stop you from overthinking. It just helps you sometimes just for that in that moment, and then when you get out of it, whether it continues or not, it's just gonna be dependent on your situation. What are you up to in that time? Normally, when I overthink, I'm very focused on something normally.
Do you have like a short definition of what meditation actually is, though? Do you know?
In short, it's the ones that I pursued was not about stop thinking entirely, but just letting yourself think. Like most of the time when you get stressed out is because you get stressed about trying to stop yourself from thinking about all these stuff, but just instead of doing that, just stopping everything you're doing and then just letting your mind do the work for you, basically. So you're not forcing yourself to think, and you're not forcing yourself to not think. That's what meditation is about. So just letting it be, just literally just letting it be.
I don't know if I would achieve that state.
To me, it was actually kind of possible. So instead of forcing yourself, because when you apparently the video that I watched about meditation was there are days when there's so many ideas that you're going through that you get very intimidated by all the processing that's going on, that you try to sometimes force to stop them. So you don't give any time to for it to just go through by itself. You just because you just wanted to have perfect control over yourself, so you just try to prevent yourself from thinking. That sometimes happened to me, why am I thinking so much right now, and then go ahead. But meditation is about just giving
especially before big events, right? It's
right. Just so meditation is about just letting your mind do the work, and then just letting it do what it naturally does, which is just think, and then just controlling your breathing in a way that just let you not force yourself. That's basically it. That's basically it. It's
maybe
I'm overcomplicating things.
Maybe I'm always meditating because I never force myself to do anything.
True, maybe.
Maybe I am just a meditating human. Maybe I never was conscious in the first place.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh my god, your reactions to this. It's always like this. I like say something, and then you're like, ooh.
We're going down that way. We're going down that way. Are you talking about that now?
This is so like iconic candle, you know. You mention something that's like softly philosophical, goes to some direction, and it's like, ooh, oh, don't even get me started.
I'm looking forward to me being a meme, but the reason I do that is just because like oh, I can talk about this. Oh, so we're going down that route. Oh, I'm prepared for this. I have opinions about this.
This man is a philosophy machine. I swear. What is?
But
So then, do you just spend all? Okay, yeah, sure. I'm gonna ask you a question about. Do you spend all your time thinking about philosophy ideas? Do you inform yourself about philosophy ideas? I'm gonna ask you something personal, and then you're gonna give me an answer like, oh, don't ask that. Oh, no. We don't want to talk about that.
I don't know. I just say shh sometimes. I don't just like directly say like, oh, we don't talk about that here. That's rude.
Yeah.
But to me, it's kind of hard, you know. Like sometimes if you want to like be as like I'm not saying that I really don't recommend people to think as much as I do sometimes. Like there are those who think that I'm very wise, and that when I see chats, I say, do not think all this so far as much as I did. You don't want to do this, and because there's a difference between like thinking too much, just thinking a lot, and then having just anxiety over it. Sometimes I have anxieties over the things I actually think about, which is the reason why sometimes sadness can occur, which is the reason why I don't recommend people to go through all this by themselves.
Is it the reason, or do you? Okay, I'm not gonna go that far. No, I'm gonna stop myself from saying this because that would just be mean.
No, you can ask you can definitely ask. Like it's my choice whether I answer it though, but like you can definitely ask anything you want.
Because I was thinking, Tendel, do you just wanna prevent people from like getting bad thoughts and like being depressed over the thoughts they have, or do you want to prevent them from coming up with something better than you would?
Maybe.
And that's why you tell them not to
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that can definitely be the case. Like I'm not against the idea that like maybe my jealousy has something to do with it, and if my fear also has to do with it. My emotions have a lot to do with this. Definitely. That's not a bad question, honestly. Like when I tell people to like not overthink think things like just as I am, I sometimes do get worried that like because maybe I'm like sending the wrong message, or like maybe I am sending the right message, but that right message is not right for them, or like maybe I shouldn't have done this in the first place, you know. That kind of question still lingers on me, which gives me like which I sometimes still get paranoid about that. So this is why
you should like also think about if you should encourage people to think about philosophical things and maybe try and help them and introduce them to better ways of thinking so they don't go some bad paths.
Perhaps, yeah.
Like if you just tell people to not do something, they will probably do it, right? Because they will get curious, they will start thinking about it,
right?
They will do it either way you tell them not to, or something, because you don't have like an ultimate word. So a better way would probably be to not say anything at all in a way to like not do it or do it, but help people in their thinking, in their path. So like give them advice on how they should be thinking and what's gonna make you feel worse when thinking.
Right. That's,
I think that's more positive for the viewers.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like when I do, and even right now when we do philosophy sessions like this, the main purpose of it is like for them to to make sure like they can use whatever they hear today to better their lives, whatever that means. of course I do get worried about them becoming accidentally wiser than me though. Like honestly, like I do get sometimes jealous like about this, like because like you know that feeling like I sometimes spend nights thinking about all this all by myself, and then like I spend hours, sometimes months at a time, just like figuring out where these ideas go, and then like some people I just tell this to people for free sometimes. That kind of thing comes up.
Yeah, but don't you feel proud when someone like would achieve something after you taught them something? Wouldn't you feel proud?
Yeah.
You would obviously maybe have some jealousy feelings, but honestly, I think it's better to just think it like being proud as you have born that like you have like gave them
Right.
this like seed.
Right.
You have gave them the seed, and well, they grew this amazing plant with it, and
Right.
you should be proud of it and not jealous, right?
Right. Thank
I
you.
think it is
Yeah.
better.
I do feel really proud as well. I really do. Like there's definitely jealousy, of course, but like I am genuinely proud. It feels like as much as I don't have as much followers, and then like even though I might not be as famous or stuff like that, I have helped a lot of people through my you know, understandings, and then just my
Well,
desire to
yeah,
spread, you know?
you're putting it in a bad light because you're like saying, "Oh, I don't have many followers. I don't have this and that." You know, it's life is not all about followers, right?
I know.
It,
Right.
just because you don't have a big audience, it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily mention that, right?
Yeah.
Because then it just puts it in like it puts you in a bad light
Yeah, it just
from what
no. The
I'm
reason
seeing.
I'm mentioning that is because the reason I'm saying this is because I have small following, I can focus on like individual people more effectively.
Mhm,
Like
definitely.
when I have like a viewer who has like a bad day, I just mention like how what happened, and then like just get to the bottom of it maybe, and then stuff like that. And I think I had a lot of opportunities to help people. That's one of the things I'm really proud of when I started streaming. Like honestly.
Well, I mean, big streamers can also get very personal with like their top donators and just stuff.
True, true.
You know,
Yeah.
it happens. It's not all about the viewer numbers. It's about who donates
Who's
more.
paying the most money? Who's paying the most money? Yeah.
You won my personal DMs. No, okay, what the fuck? Yeah.
I'll only tell you advice if you pay me $500 and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel proud. I do feel proud. As much as like sometimes I get conflicting like emotions about it, at the end of the day, I am very proud. Yeah.
You definitely can't strip away all of your jealousy, right? It's kind of a human thing. It's probably even programmed in DNA, right? It's a thing that you like maybe can't get rid of, but definitely trying to blur it out or replace it with other thoughts. Viewers, you can also listen to this. You can blur out your jealousy with well proudness and of maybe someone else achieving something, because well, if you gave them the idea and they pursued it and they liked it and they improved upon it, and they didn't steal from you, because yes, if someone steals from you, then you can be as jealous as you fucking want because well, they stole from you, right? It's that thing. But if you've given them something for free, right, and then they improve upon it, I think the best way is not to be jealous but to be proud of that.
Right. Yeah, I agree. So I really shouldn't be regretting. But there's like that deep down, because I do get sometimes jealous like really hugely, that like maybe it was better for me to have not said this in the first place. Like and I as mean as it sounds, sometimes I do ask myself like what do I gain from like, you know, like helping all these other people, and then like as proud as I am, is it giving me any benefits and stuff like that, you know?
I think it's like a righteous way of living to help
True.
others.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
it might not benefit you all the time, but do we have to be so capitalistic and just have have all the benefits,
True.
have the gains? We can just help each other.
Yeah, but there
Right.
needs to be a balance, definitely, though. Like, there needs to be a balance.
True.
You can't be.
Yeah, you definitely can't
Right.
just rip yourself off by giving
Right.
everything for free, right? That's
Right.
that's also a thing.
Yeah, this is why I sometimes do emphasize the that, like, you know how like they keep teaching people how to be caring online and stuff like that, and I say like there needs to be more, like, teaching as to like how to be selfish sometimes. That's what I personally believe in. Like yeah, just instead of like, oh yeah, caring about others is very nice as well, but like you like knowing when to be thinking about yourself and then like putting yourself first, that kind of thing.
Maybe like assertiveness and those kind of things. Not necessarily being selfish. Well, yeah, maybe selfish, but not in a wildly negative way, right? Selfish in like a selfly positive way. So you don't
Yeah.
fuck yourself up by being too unselfish.
Yeah, that's the thing.
In that way.
Many people
Yeah.
right now feels like they're saying being selfish is bad and being selfish is wrong and it's negative. And I just say, no, being selfish is just a way of life, no different than being kind and being caring to others. Like, in my opinion, there's no different. Only difference is you value different things in different situations. So a selfish person would value themselves a lot more than other people, while a caring person would value more wider variety of different things that's beyond themselves. So there's nothing wrong with either philosophies, and just depends on the situation of how far you're willing to push it. You can't be selfish all the time, and you can't be caring all the time. Right?
Very good. Yes.
But if you ignore the benefits of both either side, because you're either too selfish or you're too caring, then you don't know the benefits of like what the other side has over yours. Selfish people has their own benefits, and then caring people has their own benefits. Yeah,
definitely.
It's about what you can take and learn from them. That's what matters, rather than like saying that one is more negative than others. There's a reason why some people are more selfish and some people are more caring, because they benefit from different things.
See, now you brought it to the point. Now you brought it to the point. Now people get it. Now the sentence is complete, because before that you kind of left it on like a note that like says do all the things you wanna, fuck people up or not, if you wanna, be like you want. Now it makes more sense. Right?
Yeah. It basically just balance. Like sometimes I do struggle to be selfish, and sometimes I do struggle to be caring. Everybody's the same. Like you don't think that there's times when I help other people, sometimes I do wonder like why I did that for. But it's sometimes very hard to like be proud of yourself, depending on what you're aiming for.
Definitely.
Yeah. So don't blame yourself for being selfish or being too caring. Just learn from, like, being too caring can be a mistake just as much as being too selfish is. And just get the most out of it, depending on what you want.
Yeah, this goes back to the thing like always see positives and negative things. What the fuck? Always see positives and negatives in things, right? You can't just completely ignore something, because that is being ignorant. So learning from the things that you see as bad is also good.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how we that's how we learn, and that's how we, in my opinion, that's how you improve. But like, what does it mean to improve?
What does it mean to improve? Well,
we can't answer that. Oh man.
This is fun though. This is fun, like we mention one thing in a different topic, and then we go back to this other topic where we mention this thing, and it all so intertwined.
Right.
That's what you were talking about before that. That's
right. You
it's
know,
very
yeah,
entertaining.
that's why I wanted to like mention as well about how like um separation is an illusion. Everything is connected, like whether you like it or not.
Illuminati exists.
Yeah, everything's connected in my opinion. Just like
Where's my tinfoil hat? Where's my tinfoil hat?
and then like I think philosophy just lets you appreciate that a lot more. Like just the fact that like you know, one person's problems and then like other person's problems might not be that separate, might not be too different in a way. You know,
Yeah.
there's a reason, and then like the reasons are all connected. So you can't just say like my reasons are like my own, because well you know, everybody can suffer sometimes.
Definitely. That is so true. That is so true. Boys, do you also understand that? Wow, so many people in the stream today. Holy shit, my chat was just busting his balls today. Wow,
Yeah.
chat. Great work. Great work. Then the look.
There's zero chat. You liar.
How was your chat today? How was your chat today?
I got zero chats today too, but we had a lot of fun though. We had a lot of fun.
Hey. Yeah, definitely. You know, I watched this video yesterday, and they were like joking about well, it's Yes Theory. Do you know Yes Theory?
No.
The YouTube channel?
No.
You don't know Yes Theory?
What are they
No?
about?
Oh my god, Daniel. Holy shit. Well, I have something to introduce to you. It's Yes Theory, that channel on YouTube. You should definitely go check it out. They are like a very motivational channel. They do things, they always say yes to things, right? And they were joking about you know how people always say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right.
And then actually a very nice thing happened. Where is the where is it?
I can search it myself too. Hold on.
Because one of them said that it's neither of those. It's neither about the journey, it's neither about the destination, it's about the people you're with.
Controversial, but
and
sure.
and I believe it to be very true and very like actually very wise, because you choose the people that you're with, right? But you sometimes have no control over the journey.
True.
You can't choose the people that you want to be with, right, yeah. This is very true, right? Like when you're like listen to it.
Well, personally speaking, like you're forced to go on a journey whether you like it or not, but you don't really need other people to join you in that regard. So like I'm sure it might be better
Well,
for the people to join you though.
that's where you like get to oh my god, free will. You actually get to choose. That's where you get to choose, you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
you get to choose. You could choose to be with no people, and that's your choice of people you are with. You're
Right.
choosing zero,
Right.
right? Or you could choose only the people you like.
Right. So you can make it so that like it can be, yes, it can be just about the journey, or you can get other people to join you and then make it about the people. That's up to you.
Well, yeah, but it it truly is just about the people you choose, right? Because if you choose zero people, then it's still about the people because you chose zero, so you are just with yourself.
Yeah, which
It's
means
just
that
about you.
you're trying to like focus on that journey, because now you're saying that it's now about only the journey. That's the reason why
No. It's still about the people because you only chose you, and you are still the people on
I get
on the
what you
journey, right?
mean.
Right?
Yeah, I do
Right?
what you mean. Okay, if that's the case, then
See?
yeah, I think that's true.
Right?
Okay, fantastic. I think that's enough for today. How about
Wait
that?
a second.
All right.
I just wanna show you the. I think there it is.
Great.
Wait. Do you hear it?
No.
No, you don't? Okay, wait, let me restart the stream. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now you should hear it.
Journey.
Okay, I hear it now.
The journey.
Yeah? Okay, listen.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
No way.
You enjoy the journey, you will enjoy your life.
Wait for it. It's neither. It's about the company. The journey sometimes sucks ass.
Hey, so does the people though.
Everything sucks. You know what?
Yeah.
Also sometimes suck.
He said that.
That guy's smart. That guy's the smartest one.
Listen.
Choosing the people because that's what you have control over.
I
Like the
see.
journey itself, you have no control over the journey sometimes.
See?
You don't have any
That's what I'm
control over
saying.
the people either.
Yeah, but you can choose the people you wanna be with. Like
Yeah.
in the long run, you can say, "Okay, bro, fuck off," right? And then not be with that person. So you like chose.
You
that
can say
person,
the
right?
exact same thing about the journey though. You can say, oh, I'm not gonna
Can
take this
you?
journey, I'm gonna take this journey instead. Screw you.
Yes, and yes, very well. I mean, it's not really excluding. Okay, yes, he did say neither, but man, like still, it's
Anyways, the only thing you can get from this is that like you can choose what to live by. You can choose like you want to make it about the journey, go ahead. You want to make it about the destination, go ahead. You want to make it about the people, go ahead. That's up to you, free.
right.
Yeah, read them. Like there's nothing stopping you from like going on a journey for whatever reason that you want. You want to get something from the journey, go ahead. That's not. I don't think we disagree on this, to be honest.
Yeah, no, there's no disagreement. Yeah, true.
Okay,
Understandable.
yeah, let's end this
Do you
for
have
today
this?
then.
Right. It was a very nice one though. Today we had a lot more fun, I
Oh.
think, than that we did last time. Because last time we were really focused and didn't make too many jokes about all the philosophies. And this time we definitely joked around a lot more.
Yeah, we
Which
didn't take
was
it that
nice.
seriously. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think we still took it seriously. Making jokes isn't really a part of not taking something seriously.
Hmm.
I think so.
It's about finding the joy in that one, like in that ideas, and then figuring out how ridiculous some of our thought process is, even though we still take it seriously. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Bear Grylls, drink piss.
That's
I
the
still remember this.
that's the only thing I remember from the street. But anyways, you have the last word. What do you want to say?
I have the last words. R.I.P. Rest in pepperonis, chat. Thank you for watching. Me and Tendel will be seeing you another day with another podcast. Probably. Right, Tendel? I think
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah.
we're gonna do another part 3.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Like, just hit me with any
Hell yeah.
questions. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yo, by the way, Tendel, me and the boys were thinking about doing like a bigger podcast thingy where it's like Duan, Dapri, Alex, some other people might come over
Right.
to talk. Would you want to join that at some point? I will definitely message you when that's going to happen so you can.
Yeah, if I can join,
Schedule
I'll
the time.
definitely do it. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, I would love to.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, bro. It's nice to grow this community here.
Mm.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, Tendel, do you have any last words?
All I can say is just thanks everyone for whoever has watched and whoever is gonna watch. And then whether you agree with us or disagree with us, I hope you have learned just as much as we did today. And yeah, as long as try not to hate us for having different opinions sometimes. That's the fun of it.
Yeah. Always learn from other people's opinions.
I agree.
Very good. Okay, Tendel, number 1 philosopher, 2100. All right. Thank you for watching. We're gonna see you. Bye bye stream. Bye bye.